Hi, I'm Alec Rios. I'm going to be talking about the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. These words were spoken by Martin Luther King Jr. during the hard times of when African Americans were trying to gain their equal rights to everyone else in the United States. This quote was taken by Martin Luther King himself on August 28th, 1963, when he had given his great speech to the world, or America as a nation. I would like to discuss the ongoing importance of the I Have a Dream speech. First, I will talk about the circumstances that led to this speech, followed by the impacts of the speech. Before 1963, American segregation was a big part of the United States, and overall in the world today, or back then. And equality for all was not popular either. As Martin Luther King quotes, 100 years later for the Negro, and the Negro is still not free. In his speech, King describes freedom of equality as arising from a land of slavery and hatred. The speech was necessary because change was needed around the world, in a time where people were treated unequally and unjust. Further, racism all over the United States and was a radical movement in this time. People were looked at, the Negro and the African American people were looked at as lower class citizens and as people without any rights in comparison to white people and majority groups. We have just discussed the circumstances that led to the I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King Jr., and now I will discuss the impacts it had. The short-term impact of the speech was basically pumping up the minority groups, and we had the great feeling of now becoming equal to important and everyone else in society. So they were really pumped up at this time to know that they're going to be equal just as everyone else was. People at this time saw Dr. King as a powerful speaker who looked up to his words and dreams and related to a further tell how things really were in the world. So they realized by his powerful thoughts what exactly was going on and how much it meant to everyone and what a big deal it had. The impact that the speech continues to have today is that it helped push the civil rights movements. Minorities are treated more like everyone else in the world now, and there's equality amongst us all, or there is equality more than there was back in the past. Also, the speech was an important message about the horrors of prejudice. Today we have just investigated the first circumstances that led to this great speech in history and second impact of the speech it had on the world. Well, not second, the short-term impact it had on the world. And second, the impact it had on the world. The great speech impacted everyone living today and should be recognized by everyone because it makes up our history today and how we live our days every day. With this speech, who knows where we would have been, what difference it made if it hasn't been said. This speech had an impact and impacted us all greatly with positive reflections and bringing our nations together. Thank you.